Forget compost. This makes dead soil alive in 15 days. No fertilizer can beat this. There's a reason so many gardeners feel stuck in the endless cycle of buying chemical fertilizers. They promise fast results, deliver a burst of green growth and then fade away just as quickly, leaving the soil weaker than before. What most people don't realize is that the problem isn't with the plants at all. It's with the soil beneath them. Lifeless soil simply cannot sustain lasting fertility, no matter how much fertilizer you throw at it. But here's the exciting truth. There's a way to bring dead soil back to life in as little as 15 days. And it works better than any store-bought fertilizer ever could. Why fertilizer cannot save your soil. Chemical fertilizers are like energy drinks for your plants. They provide a quick boost of nutrients, but once the effect wears off, the soil is left drained and depleted. These fertilizers don't rebuild the loose, rich structure that roots need to grow deep. They don't hold moisture, they don't prevent erosion, and they certainly don't nurture the underground world of fungi, microbes and earthworms that make soil truly fertile. Over time, heavy fertilizer use actually hardens soil, washes away essential nutrients and kills the very life forms that sustain healthy growth. Plants may look strong for a season, but the foundation beneath them is crumbling. That's why so many gardens struggle year after year despite heavy feeding. The soil has become nothing more than dead dirt. The solution has been under our feet all along. Walk through a forest after a good rain and you'll notice the ground is soft, dark and spongy. No one spreads fertilizer in the forest, yet the plants grow abundantly year after year. The secret is nature's recycling system. Fallen leaves, twigs and plant matter gradually break down into humus, a rich, life-filled material that feeds the soil first and then the plants. When soil is alive, it becomes, well, self-sustaining. Microbes break down organic matter, fungi form networks that carry nutrients directly to roots, and earthworms aerate the ground while leaving behind castings richer than any chemical fertilizer. Once this underground community is thriving, the garden above practically takes care of itself. The fastest way to mimic the forest's fertility in your own garden is by mulching. Mulch is not just a covering for bare ground, it's the beginning of a living carpet that transforms dead dirt into fertile earth. When you spread a layer of organic mulch, whether it's leaves, wood chips or grass clippings, the soil immediately begins to change. Moisture stays in the ground longer, temperatures stabilize, and worms are drawn upward to feed. Within days, fungi start weaving their mycelium through the mulch, building the same underground network that makes forests so resilient. By the second week, the soil softens, darkens, and develops that sweet, earthy smell only healthy soil has. Plants respond with deeper roots, greener leaves, and stronger stems. This is not a temporary green-up, it's a permanent shift toward living soil. Not all mulch works the same way. If you want fast and lasting results, it really helps to combine materials the way nature does. Wood chips are excellent for long-term soil health, providing structure and a steady food source for fungi. Leaves, especially shredded ones, break down more quickly, delivering trace minerals and stimulating microbial activity. Grass clippings provide a rapid shot of nitrogen, but must be applied in thin layers to avoid matting and rot. Finished compost is like a starter culture, seeding the soil with beneficial microbes ready to work immediately. Even pine needles have a role, slowly decomposing while benefiting acid-loving plants like blueberries. The most powerful mulch isn't just one of these materials, but a thoughtful mix. You start with a foundation of wood chips, layer on shredded leaves, add a sprinkling of compost, and top with a light scattering of grass clippings if available. This layering mimics the forest floor, creating a diverse food web for soil organisms. The result is soil that comes alive quickly and keeps improving season after season. Mulch on its own is powerful, but if you want to accelerate the process and see results in just 15 days, You can give the soil a probiotic drink that jump-starts microbial activity. This simple liquid is made from materials you already have in your yard or kitchen. Right, so here's the exact formula. Take about 1 kilogram of fresh green matter, such as grass clippings, pulled weeds, or even vegetable peels. Chop them into small pieces and place them into a large bucket. Next, add 10 litres of clean water and give it a good stir. To seed the mixture with the right kind of life, just toss in a handful of garden soil, which carries native microbes already adapted to your environment. Cover the bucket loosely so it can breathe, and remember to stir once daily for 5 to 7 days. When the liquid develops a pleasantly earthy smell, well, that's when you know it's ready. Dilute 1 litre of this fermented liquid with 5 litres of clean water, then pour it directly over your mulch or soil. Almost immediately, decomposition speeds up, microbial life multiplies, and worms are drawn to the surface. In cooler weather, you might even notice gentle steam rising from the soil as biological activity starts to heat things up. This booster really transforms mulch from a slow-acting cover into a fast-acting soil revival system. So what happens in the first 15 days? Well, the changes are visible almost right away. Within 3 days, the soil begins to hold moisture longer, staying cool and damp even in hot weather. By the first week, worms are more active, working the mulch into the soil and leaving behind nutrient-rich castings. Around the 10th day, you may spot fungal threads and even tiny mushroom caps. Clear signs that soil life is thriving. By the 15th day, the difference is undeniable. The soil feels soft and dark, smells rich and earthy, and the plants above respond with stronger, greener growth. This transformation doesn't fade away like fertilizer. It only deepens with time. Each season of mulching and boosting builds richer soil, stronger plants, and, well, a more self-sustaining garden. Mulch isn't limited to vegetable gardens. It works everywhere you apply it. In vegetable beds, it keeps soil moist, reduces stress, and improves yields. Berry patches thrive with the protection mulch provides, keeping shallow roots cool and fruit clean. Fruit trees grow stronger and bear more consistent harvests when their bases are mulched. Flower beds bloom more vibrantly with less weeding, and even lawns can benefit from a thin layer of shredded leaves that enrich the soil naturally over winter. Wherever mulch goes, it revives soil and reduces the need for constant watering, feeding and weeding. A few simple tips for success. As effective as mulch is, there are, well, a few important details to get right. Always, and I do mean always, leave a small gap around plant stems or tree trunks to prevent rot. Use both fine and coarse materials to balance quick nutrition with long-term structure. Refresh mulch once or twice each season, since decomposition is a sign it's working. And above all, be patient. The most exciting changes happen within the first 2 weeks. But the real magic is in the long-term transformation. With each passing season, your soil grows darker, richer, and more alive. The bigger picture, indeed. Reviving soil naturally isn't just about healthier gardens. It reduces the need for chemicals, prevents runoff that pollutes rivers and streams, and even stores carbon in the ground. Living soil is resilient, helping plants withstand droughts, heat waves and cold snaps far better than chemically fed soils. In a world where weather is increasingly unpredictable, that resilience is priceless. Closing thoughts, my friends. The next time you're tempted to grab a bag of fertilizer, pause and try this instead. Pick one bed, one tree, or one small corner of your garden. Cover it with a thoughtful mix of mulch, give it a dose of the fermentation booster, and step back. In just 15 days, you'll see dead soil come back to life, darker, softer, and teeming with worms, fungi, and microbes. Plants will respond with a vigor you haven't seen in years, and the transformation will continue to build with every season. At Timeless Crops Haven, we believe gardening should be about working with nature, not against it. By reviving soil this way, you're not just growing plants, you're restoring life to the ground itself. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to our channel, share this video with fellow gardeners, and join us on the journey toward truly timeless crops.